Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This reading today is about the most powerful change that's going to happen in your life very soon. So, pile number one, we have Scorpio, Leo, Aries, and Libra. Your card is the 18th moon mansion with sacrifice. Pile number two, we have Capricorn, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Your card is the Palace, the third moon mansion. Okay, for the third pile, we have Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Your card is the Visitor, the seventh moon mansion. Okay, so I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the cards, the zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number one, your card is the 18th moon mansion with sacrifice. And I guess that the most powerful change that is happening for you very soon is something that will require integrity, or it will require you to maintain your stance and to know very well what is the essential core that you want to maintain during the shift, during the change. So you'll learn exactly what is really important for you. Let's see what this change is all about. So now I'm very curious. Okay, what else do we have for pile number one about this powerful change? Okay, let's get all the oracle cards first. Okay, so this one jumped out. Oh, okay. So let's see these first. We have the full moon in Earth, flower stage, and this is achievement or concretization. And then you have the first quarter, increasing in fire, the leaf stage, and the keyword is competitiveness. And then you have the last quarter, decreasing in fire, fall stage, and the keyword is opposition. Yeah, so I guess that this story here is what needs to happen for you to achieve what you want. So I guess that you will be facing opposition, but that you will be very driven. You will be very driven to do something. So I guess that the most powerful change that's happening is something that you're doing. So it's not something that just happens to you. It's something that you engage with. It's something that you are doing. You're shaping this transformation, this change. You're the one who is shaping it. And in that process, you are understanding something about your ambition or your dream. So you're going to learn what about your dream is the essential parts. So what is it that is absolutely essential and integral, so that maintains the integrity, your integrity too, and also love. What is it that you really would love to happen? Okay, so you have travel, seasickness, being lost, disorientation, release, love, childlike innocence, play, honesty, essence. Interesting, right? And you also have perfume, instinct, camouflage, sublime, liberation. So I guess that this talks about you maybe shedding some things, leaving them behind, so that you can continue on your mission and that you can maintain the integrity of your beliefs, your being. Okay, so this one wanted to jump out. Sun in Sagittarius with enthusiasm. So I guess that this is also a way for you to maintain the fire, maintain your passion for what you do. Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Venus in Leo with affair. Moon in Pisces with empathy. Venus in Aries with lust. There's a lot of Venus here, and also with the moon. So I guess that this is also about other people or a relationship. That's what it feels like to me. And maybe you're going to leave a relationship behind. Jupiter in Pisces with seduction, or you're deciding what to leave behind and what to bring with you, or who. You're not sure, maybe. Decision. Okay, so Mars in Gemini with decision. So maybe, yeah, I don't think you're sure yet. You're not sure who is going to be in your life from now on. But I feel like you already understand that you're going to have to leave someone behind and bring with you someone else. And I think that you will choose something that will feel playful, relaxed. It will also feel you know what? Let me rephrase that. When I say relaxed, I'm trying to figure out how to describe. This is like a person that really likes competing, but in a good way, like when you like to play, like you like to play basketball, or you like to play tennis or something like that. So if you're not a little bit competitive, the game just won't happen, because you're supposed to face your opponent in that game. If you're not facing someone, if you're not engaging with the rules of the opposition, opposing the opposing force, you're not playing. So I feel like whatever happens, you want to play. So the most interesting game, and this is a metaphor, is going to be the one that you will choose. So this might have a little bit of like a flirty, romantic tone to it. So for some of you, this is about flirting with someone and you want someone who can match your energy, like passionate and playful, a little bit childlike sometimes, but at the same time maintaining that kind of tension. Okay, so there needs to be some sort of tension. I feel like you need someone who can match that tension, that is a little bit competitive. It's a little bit like feisty. It's a little bit like you want to joke around and you want to poke, at the other person, and you want to create something that has this dynamic, like back and forth, and it's not just like you dragging the other person or doing all the work, or just, I don't know, it feels to me like you're bored with that kind of dynamic and you want playfulness, but it's like serious play. This is a bit strange for me to find I can't find the right words, but it's like you want something to grow and something serious, but you want it to be decided in a playful way, if that makes sense. Because games are metaphors for life decisions. That's why I really love this card, because decision is represented by a chessboard, a chess game, actually, that's happening. So, and chess is a great metaphor for life and for developing strategies for life also, understanding that sometimes we need to lose some of our pieces so that we can move forward and achieve our objective. And that's actually the essence of this reading, is about sacrificing. So maybe you'll have to sacrifice a few pieces, and maybe those are actually big pieces and it's not just like pawns. Maybe you have to sacrifice the bishop or the tower, and that might feel like a bit of a sting, but you need that to set you free for that affair, for that love affair. And it can also be like a love affair with life. So yeah, maybe you're freeing yourself from something so that you can fall in love with life again, or someone. Judgment, definitely. So definitely something is going to end. Something is going to end. Something is going to shed. You're going to shed something. The moon. These two together. Four of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So it feels like you're going to shed a lot of fear. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of alchemy also in this reading. Spiritual alchemy, emotional alchemy. It's a bit turbulent. But at the same time, it's a bit like tidying your house. It's some things you have to throw away. Some things you kind of have to make the effort to organize. Other things may be difficult to deal with because maybe they remind you of people, of places, of situations that might be hurtful. I feel like your psyche is going through a kind of rewiring, and maybe it's interesting. So something like an image popped up and it was about sleep, like quality sleep. The quality of your sleep might not be so good at the time. She's waking people up, right? But they're dead. So judgment has a very different approach, and it's about the souls. But I'm seeing something like the moment when you wake up, there's something that's happening there. Like it feels like there's this interference in that moment that's not peaceful, and it brings up a lot of anxiety and it's like turbulence. It creates emotional turbulence. There's some sort of emotional turbulence happening when you wake up. So for some of you, this might be interesting. The Chariot. So once again, this major change is brought about by your decisions. You are in control of this powerful change. It's something that you choose to do. 5 of Swords. So to me, this is about you making a choice for self-preservation. You're going to defend yourself. You're going to stand your ground. You're going to make the right sacrifices, leave behind the right relationships or the wrong relationships, let's say. And it's like the culmination of an effort of change. It's like fighting for your life here. Wow. Fighting for your life, but also fighting for the life in you. So fighting for every piece of your attention, vitality, your love, your passion, that it's not drained by other people's miseries, other people's confusion, other people's fears. So I feel like maybe other people's fears might be creeping up in the morning for you. So there's something about the mornings. Your morning routine, maybe you can improve that. It can also increase your energy, because I feel like this is a powerful move. This is a powerful change that requires a lot of energy. The Hermit. Knight of Cups. And the Wheel. The Fool. Five of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. Wow. This is such a powerful message, and so it's actually really beautiful. It feels like there's a lot that you have to process, and that you should take the time to also mourn. And I'm saying this because the Fool is, for some tarot readers, the Fool is the most powerful card in the tarot. And I can agree with that. The Fool is like the nothing that's everything. So it's like the the sum of all the experience, and it's also a complete reset of the experience. It's not the one, so it's the zero. And also zero has a lot of philosophical, mathematical that I don't understand. And I know that there are a lot of theories of the zero, and it's just something that I can't really talk about because I am too ignorant. But I am like interested in the philosophical and also numerology. Maybe my approach is more like that, and astrology, numerology. But in the tarot, so this is the first card, but it's also the last. So the zero, is it the end or is it the beginning? And with the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups, he's so sweet, that little the dwarf. And his I notice his tears, they're so like fat, juicy tears, but it's very sweet. I feel like it's a really heartfelt, sweet way to see the transition to another chapter of existence, because I feel like death is just a transition, right? So he's mourning death. But to me, so this message here is about you respecting your period, like a period of mourning, because I feel like this change is very powerful. It's something that you want to do. It's voluntary. It's giving you a lot of intense feelings, and I feel like it's also increasing your passion for something or for someone. But I feel like you're leaving something behind that you have to mourn. So you have to respect that. Maybe I do think that this reading for some of you won't really be like very surprising. So if this is a powerful change that you are creating for yourself, this is all about a change that you are creating for yourself. So it's not something that happens by chance, or something that you're not seeing or expecting. It feels like you've worked for this, you want to do this, you're focused, you want this. So if this is a relationship, you want this person, but because of what you want, you have to leave something else behind. And in order for your heart to be full, it must be empty first. And maybe this is also why the Fool is coming, for me, is coming up so powerfully, and also with the Hermit here. So there's this wisdom in emptiness, this wisdom that comes from the feeling of the emptiness. So sitting with the feeling of the emptiness of something, or of the loss of something, I feel like is going to be very, very helpful, so that you can successfully integrate your victory that is coming, because you're doing something that I feel is really positive, because it's all about self-preservation. So it's a very positive attitude. It's very, I feel like it's like a fighting spirit, like being a warrior. So it feels like there's adversity around you, or that you have to overcome something. I do feel like something is interfering with your sleep, or something is interfering with your morning routine, that maybe you can change to get better and to feel better. But also allow yourself to mourn the things that you're not going to have in your life any longer, because you're going to have other things. So there is the turning of the wheel. So the change of the seasons, the turning of the wheel. There's something very, very powerful that you are, so you're using the force of the forces around you, also the magic around you, to create this change for yourself. You're harnessing those forces. Yeah. So sorry, I got this. There was another story coming. Let me just try and clarify something that came up right now. Eight of Wands. Yep. Okay. So I don't know exactly why this is coming up, or if it's important. If it's very, very important, why wouldn't it come up, right? But I feel like someone is contacting you, and you might turn them down for something. I don't know why. I don't know what. But I feel like that's a part of your self-preservation process. That's a part of you also realizing that you're not that person anymore. You can't be interacted with in that manner any longer. Maybe it's how someone speaks to you, how someone communicates with you, what someone says to you, and you're like, I'm not that person anymore. You can't say that anymore. That's not true anymore. There's something like that, like a It can also be a little bit karmic for that person, actually, not for you. So it feels like you're delivering. Okay. So this person isn't really the messenger. I feel like you're the messenger, and you're delivering a karmic energy to that person, but it's not yours. Okay. So I don't know why this is important, but it's like a footnote, okay, of this reading. Interesting. Okay, thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is the Palace, third moon mansion, and this card is about self-indulgence. It's also about a little bit of ostentation, extravagance. So enjoying the good things in life. So there might be a little bit of an exaggeration, overindulgence, but I don't know. Let's see how it fits into the reading. So what is the most powerful change happening for pile number 2? Okay. Let's get all the oracle cards first. What is the most powerful change happening? Wow. For pile number 2. So let's start with the moon cards. The black moon or new moon in fire, dormant stage, and the keyword is recharging. Okay, so recharging, indulging in the good things in life. Sounds good. So we have the first quarter, increasing in water, leaf stage, and the keyword is choice. Full moon in air, flower stage, and the keyword is solution. Okay, so, okay, interesting. We have travel, seasickness, being lost, disorientation, release. This also came out in pile number 1. We have secret, mystery, stability, protection, solitude, ordeal. And songs, synesthesia, spirits, communion, and modulation. So I saw something. It was a picture, but let's see. What else do we have? We have Venus in Aries with lust. Saturn in Gemini with concentration. Sun in Virgo with health. Sun in Libra with harmony. Mercury in Scorpio with extremism. Okay, so your next major change. What is your next major change about? Okay, Two of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. These two together. Wow, the Devil and the Sun. There is something here about overindulging, harmonizing. So you have harmony and extremism. So there's something here about maybe knowing when to push things to their limit and also knowing when to be more mellow, softer. To find more harmonious solutions. So it feels, once again, also in pile number one, feels like your next major change is about something that you choose to do or that you have chosen to do. So it's like a consequence of something that you have chosen, or it's a choice that you're still going to make. Pages of Swords or arrows. It's interesting that there's this duality of swords here. Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment. Wow. So let's see. The Moon. Okay, so I think I get the message, but I want to just double check something here. So give me a moment. Whoa, yeah, this is too much. Okay. The Magician. Nine of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. This is so interesting. So it feels like the major, most powerful change in your life is going to come from a kind of it's like the outcome of a spiritual war. So although you have the palace card, that's it seems more about material things, like you have the grapes, and also in the description, the guidebook, they say that her hair is made of persimmons. So it feels like such an abundant material life. There's a castle, the trees, they have flowers or fruits hanging from them. So this seems like there's an overabundance, there are plenty of resources here. And I feel like you're directing your resources to win a spiritual battle. That's what I'm feeling here. And I guess that you are going to maybe be a little bit extreme in some aspects, like you're going to put yourself in a position of power and strength, and you're going to overcome. So that's the major change in your life. It's also about owning that position, or owning that job status, that so I feel like this is also for some of you that might feel like your job, your profession, your career also reflects your spiritual mission here somehow. So I feel like you're using all your resources to win a spiritual battle. That's what I'm seeing here. And you're overcoming a lot. It's collective, it's also personal, it can be very triggering at times, it can be a bit overwhelming, but it feels like you're very wise with your resources. So you're very wise using material resources, but also finding out ways, like smart ways, to save or to do things that you really want to do with a small amount of resources or people, like very efficient. But also it feels like you're very good at creating things in general, or at explaining things to people, like converting them to your cause or converting them to your beliefs. So you're very convincing. But this is a good thing, because it feels like they see you as like a spiritual warrior of sorts, and the reality that you're creating is very compelling. It's also something that is very pragmatic in nature, so it's interesting because it's something real. It can be made into something real, something tangible. So maybe you're like building a community or building some sort of movement. It feels like something like that to me. So it's like being very wise at managing resources, managing people, managing your time, and fighting real, I was going to say real demons, but that's too strong. But fighting very negative forces that also have a very real world expression. So they can be, I don't know, like ignorance, too much bureaucracy, like some sort of forgetfulness. It feels like you're reminding people of who they are, reminding people of spirit, reminding people of the essence of spirit, like spirit, or just aiding the awakening to a spiritual reality that can also be very much applied to everyday life, applied to jobs, to career, to material things. So it's like a way to look at material things that is quite enlightened. So there's this sense of all things coming together, like an orchestra or like a choir, like a song. There's harmony. So there's this peaceful understanding of each person's job, their position in life, what is their purpose, what is their role in this community, maybe. So also to me, it seems like it was more lonely. It was a lonely process maybe before, but I feel like it's not going to be as lonely anymore because it feels like you're going to be involved in some sort of organization, or there's a lot of communication. There's a lot of expressing your ideas, or people asking you questions, or there's something there. There's maybe people coming to you to ask something from you, advice or help with something, because they know you're very skilled and you know how to do things, or you can at least point them in the right direction because they trust your instinct, they trust your connection to spirit also. They trust your advice. They have faith in you. They have faith, but most of all, I think that you're really good at detaching from the message and not associating your ego and your physical existence too much with your spiritual mission, specifically when communicating with others. This tower here, sometimes I say it's a tower because all the cards are like a column. The Magician, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Swords. To me, this is about communication. So this is almost like an antenna. It's the way you communicate. It's the style. Your style is really interesting because it seems like it works. And it just puts the message out without too much noise and interference. So it seems like you're very clear in your communication at the moment. And that's also something that enhances the power of this transformation. It's the way, like the simplicity. It creates hope and faith in what you do. Powerful change in your life comes from, really it comes from your life's mission, and it comes from also the combination of that with your temperament, like the way you are, the way you speak, the way you present yourself, and how spirit comes through. And the major change is that battle that I think you're winning and you're overcoming so much. And it's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of darkness there, but you're really turning this around. It's an enormous victory. And it's all you. It's your resources. It's how you direct your resources that's really wise, and also how you direct relationships with others. That's really, it seems like it's very healthy, like it's a healthy way to see life. So I would say that the advice would be to keep that up, to nurture that great resource that you have to convey spiritual messages, or to convey a certain mission that you have in this life and that you're very conscious of, to communicate it to the world, and to keep working on that, and to keep working with other people to create this reality that I think is an answer to a lot of darkness that is surrounding you, or surrounding what you do, surrounding the people that need your help. It's also helping you, but also helping other people get out of a lot of confusion, to find like the thread, to find that thread that will lead you to enlightenment, or to the sun, to the clarifying light, to the truth, the revelation. You also have judgment here. So the devil and the moon, I think, are like the opponents, okay, of this. But it's I'm not saying that it's something that will be decided once and for all, but I think that there's going to be this powerful change regarding all this context that I explained. That's going to be like a solution, okay? It's going to feel like, okay, finally I see the truth about this. Finally I get to speak about this. Finally I get to be honest, or I get to be truthful. I get to expose things to the light that were hidden. Finally I get to be myself. I don't know, something that there's this release and relief, and it's really clear, it's understood, it's well received, it helps other people, it helps you build something like a career, or it helps you grow up, like expand, it helps you materialize also. So whatever's happening will, I think, primarily impact your professional life, your career, and your material life. But it's actually a spiritual transformation. So yeah, very interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, your card is the Visitor, 7th Moon Mansion. And the Visitor is about an unexpected social encounter. So, very curious about that. So, the most powerful change that's going to happen for you very soon is going to be related to an unexpected encounter with someone. Okay, let's get the oracle cards first. What is the most powerful change happening for pile, wow, like this, number 3. Start with the moon cards. We have the waxing gibbous moon, increasing in air, flower bud stage, and the keyword is promotion. We have the last quarter moon, decreasing in earth, the fall stage, and the keyword is principles. This is the waning gibbous moon, decreasing in air, fruit stage, and the keyword is reputation. Promotion, reputation, principles. Okay. Strangers, future, innocence, innovation, turning point. Whenever I see this card, I am reminded of like online connections, online conversations, or phone. Okay, songs, synesthesia, spirits, communion, modulation. So maybe there's more than one person that you're going to meet. That's going to be very important. revisions, learning in silence, studying, reason, discernment, and seeds, potential, explosion, simplicity, humility. So maybe this is something that starts small, like with small messages or like a very short conversation. And then it just explodes into something that's very, very successful. I feel like someone contacts you or you speak with someone, you exchange a little bit, some words, and then you don't realize it right away, but this person is going to have an enormous impact in your life very soon. And I feel like they're going to also study something, like to create something for you, to show you. Oh, okay. So Mercury in Aquarius with originality. So maybe it's a creative endeavor. You're going to join someone in a creative endeavor. Mercury in Virgo with caution. That's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, it doesn't seem like much. Mercury in Cancer with intuition. Everything Mercury. So it's the communication. It starts like, okay, let me talk to this person. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, it's just this one thing that we might do, but let's see where this goes. And then something kind of opens up, like into this, like a hologram of possibilities. Okay, Moon in Gemini, adaptability, and Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Okay, I feel like this person is going to change their approach to you. And it will change what you're doing together completely. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be something completely different than what you think right now. Six of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. A lot of communication. The Magician. A lot of communication. More communication. Wow. That's so interesting. Wow. So all these cards came out together. So let's see where. Yeah. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. Page of Cups. And Judgment. Wow. Okay, let me just finish this part here. The Devil. Huh. Five of Wands. King of Wands. The Sun. Wow. That's so strange because in pile number 2, different tarot deck, the Sun, Judgment, the Devil came out also like in this cluster. So pile number 2 might be interesting for you. I wonder if this is actually something collective, something that will affect a lot of people. So it is about you maybe finding creative solutions to fight something that is in the collective, something that is trying to manipulate people, or that's trying to remove their power, that's trying to obfuscate, to hide, or to distort. To distort communications, to distort the signal. So I'm trying to understand where this fits into this first story that I told. Like, there's a person, you start to communicate. At first it's very short format, but then it turns into something bigger, something that can affect your reputations, something that will change how you work, that will change what you do. But I think that that might require you to decide not to do things in a certain way, because there's also this discernment. There's also this studying, reason, discernment. There's this clarity about how to proceed that needs to come. It's the detachment part here. It's like seeing all the pieces, seeing them from far away, seeing all the different pieces. And that will take you maybe removing the noise from the signal, because there might be some noise here. There might be some confusion here. There might be like people who are kind of fighting against something because they don't understand what's happening. They don't understand the vision, or so now I feel like you're going to have to decide how to organize like merit or jobs roles. And maybe this is also a continuation of pile number 2 in a way. This specific concept was about managing people, but this is a different thing. So that's so strange. So it feels like the way people see you makes them be a certain way, and they expect certain things of you, but actually they should know a few other details before they engage with you and before they start something with you, because I don't think that they're aware of the full scope of the situation. And that's when, so that detachment, so that perspective, that wider perspective, more holistic, is what gives them the full grasp of this. And the great change comes from you showing them what it is. So there's communication. So I feel like the most powerful change in your life comes from you talking with someone. And it's when you say like a specific combination of words, like I know exactly what to say, and this is what to say, la 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 la. So you say that, and then it unlocks the truth that was hidden. And it was hidden because of noise. There was noise in the communication, and there was lack of knowledge, and there was this like competing worldview or competing perspective, and also maybe like some kind of disrespect for reputation, for I don't know, or for principles, for okay, how is this done? What is the purpose? What is the order? What is... So it's like, who's in charge here? Who's the boss here? Who's leading this? Okay? And So there needs to be some kind of clarification happening. It's interesting because it feels like there's maybe in the other person's view, there's some kind of, there's an energy that's distorting the way they view you. Can I have a little bit more information on what is that? Why is this so hard? Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. Huh. Okay, now I see it. So they need to see you in action. That's what I see here. So the queen is much more about the inner realities. It's more inwardly directed. And the King of Pentacles is viewed by everyone as such. So it's more outwardly directed. So to me, it feels like you should maybe not talk so much in the virtual world and try as much as you can to be together. Major, powerful change is going to happen in person. So if you have a relationship, a work relationship, something that seems kind of clunky and a situation that's not really advancing very well, I feel like you're talking to someone who needs the emotional and physical interaction in loco, in the place. They need it in the moment. So they need that food. It's like it's a resource. So it's the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. They need that resource. So this way of conversing isn't helping people have the bigger picture. So the advice of this reading is for those of you who might have a very significant interaction that is happening virtually or at a distance, and that maybe needs to turn into something more physical, more in real life. And because it feels like this relationship has the potential to transform both of your lives, to give you a lot of like to increase your reputation, promotion, reputation. It has the potential to explode. It's like something can go viral. It can go a long way. It can go places. Something that will take you places. But if you work together physically, it's better than the virtual conversation. So this is a very specific reading. So it might also apply to relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. There's something I feel like that needs to be transformed by the physical touch and by the eye-to-eye conversation that maybe isn't happening as often or as long as it should, as frequently as it should. So my advice and what I see in the cards here is that it would be much easier to clarify things in person, because this has the potential to be life-changing, to transform both of your lives for the positive, and from a very small thing explode that potential energy into a huge thing that will impact other people as well. It's a very simple, direct message, actually, but maybe it's not for all of you. I get that, but yeah, it was actually a little bit different from pile number 2, although the combination of cards here, it was kind of leading me in a certain direction because it was a pattern that was repeated just before. But yeah, it's really different. It's much, I feel like it's such a simple and a simple, direct message. Like, just try to be together, to change the energy, to work on the energy together, to create something together. The interaction itself is what creates the magic here. It's not, it can't really be replicated online or on the phone, or, yeah, online on the phone. That's not possible in this specific situation. And there's the risk of something really not working just because of that, because of this Five of Wands, King of Wands. It's very like independent, like I'm detaching from this, because this is also one possibility, detaching. And the Devil. So there's something in the background it can fester. It can create an issue that would destroy an otherwise incredibly rich and powerful change, and it's like a great blessing that could be this person, this project, this whatever this is for you, this relationship. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.